architectural design of the school is well advanced, so it probably be late to pass on your suggestion that they need to be open to new expansion, but I will alert the building unit to your concern that they need to be available for new expansion. But I can assure the Deputy that we are very committed to
congratulate Mr. Trump. As you know, it's been 20 years since we had a lunatic in charge at the White House, that Mr. Bush, George. So he had a lunatic, and I'd like to congratulate. Now the next clown up.
I'd like to congratulate Mr. Trump on his astounding victory in the United States of America. As you will know, it's been 20 years since we've had a head case in charge of the White House, and I'd like to say on behalf of all the people in Kildare and North, and even there's some feckers down the south are very happy about it too, but they won't say it. I would like to congratulate Mr. Trump again, because if he's building a wall, it's obviously going to create thousands and thousands of jobs, and hopefully all the young Irish lads that are out of work here, they'll go over there and they'll be able to stay with some friends for a short while down near the Mexico border or whatever, and they'll be able to make a nice few bob for themselves building Mr. Trump's wall. Because my nephew now, John Paul, he says as soon as fucking Trump starts building the wall, he's going to go straight over and get one of those special deals from Aer Lingus, who are giving flights now, I've been told for 400 return, but of course John Paul won't be coming back very soon, because it'll be a one-way ticket for a few years, because obviously you wouldn't be able to build a wall in the 2-week timeline.
I don't know.
That's right, yeah. The 2-week timeline, it'll take a lot longer to build a big wall, all the way across America, to stop the Mexicans coming in, and the Guatemalans, and the Brazilians, and the leprechauns. Sorry, did I say leprechauns? I meant pixies. And it might be a good idea, I was thinking, if we built a wall as well. Where the fuck is everybody gone? Are they all gone off again down to Supermax? I'm trying to explain to people about Mr. Trump's wall, and all the fuckers, they're either gone to Supermax or they're going down to watch the rugby in O'Brien's. I know there's Leinster will be playing now in a few minutes, and it's just not fucking good enough. Now I don't have any time for rugby. Even the match the other day when Ireland hammered the shite out of the Sam Blacks, was it? I wouldn't even bother my arse watching that, because as I said, I've no time for watching rugby. Now, if it was a soccer match, I like Barcelona. I'm very fond of Barcelona. As you know, that Messi he's a right one. He's gifted, and the other for Neymar, the fella who advertises the coffee in Brazil, he's fucking gifted as well. But as I was saying, the wall, and the fact that the bastards who should be discussing the wall that I'm proposing are not here in the oirachtas, they're all gone away up to the pub to watch the rugby. Anyways, the wall, I think, after the English have decided to exit with the Brexit, maybe we should build a wall too between up on the borders, the northern borders of Ireland. And this will stop the fuckers trying to get in now and take advantage of our EU status, which is very important for all of us, to be an EU citizen. You can bet your life there'll be thousands of the fuckers trying to get in across the border now and do whatever they do over here illegally, like the Mexicans in America. And I've made some estimates here about the Great Northern Wall. That's what I'd like to call it. It will cost €6 billion, and I believe that the EU will give us funding for 90% of that, which will be approximately 3 billion euros, and there'll be loads of jobs.
Thank you there, Mary. Now, it's a very good idea, building the wall. John, I don't know about building a fucking wall, in all fairness, do you know. It's alright, Mr. Trump, building the big fucking wall in America, do you know, because they've got loads of people to work over there, but you know, I don't think a lot of the people that are actually unemployed here would fancy building a fucking wall, not in the winter anyway. If it was the summer months, you might get them out of bed or get them up to build the fucking wall, but I honestly can't see them getting up, you know, at 6 or 7 in the morning and going off up to fucking Derry or wherever and building a big fucking wall, because you know it was freezing last night, and it'll be cold now. According to the weather, it's going to be freezing now in a couple of weeks, and the fact is the bastards won't get out of bed. No, it doesn't make any difference what type of a wall or how much it's costing. No, we might get the I know there's a couple of Polish firms, they'd be interested in doing it, and probably at the right price. But anyway, I don't think that discussing this wall, this is the right time or place to discuss the wall. I'd like to propose that, you know, we've been here now for 5 hours. I'd like to propose that we order a load of grub from Supermax. Now, of course, there was the debate last week whether we should get it from Supermax or McDonald's, and I was of the opinion that it's better to support an Irish company, even though a lot of the McDonald's staff are actually Irish as well, except for Mr. McDonald, who lives in America. He's a good friend of Mr. Trump, I believe. But anyway, seeing as we are ordering from Supermax, I'd like to suggest that we get the family deal. You know, if we got about 20 of those, it should keep us going. And of course, the leftovers we can bring down to O'Brien's in a couple of hours' time, and we get the second half of the rugby. You know, and that's all I have to say really on the subject. Now, I would like to also discuss something that's been on my mind for quite a while, and that is well, I don't think it's something that I'm able to, due to the Secrecy Acts, it's not something that I can discuss openly, but I have it on my mind, and I'd like people to be aware that what I have on my mind is of an important nature, and of such an important nature that it is in fact classified, highly top secret, according to the Garda Special Investigation Branch, which are dealing with the matter, and it concerns known criminals. Now, when I say known criminals, I'm not saying that we know their identities, we just know that they are of a criminal fraternity nature. What are you writing down there now? I don't fucking know what she's writing now. She's probably writing some kind of a letter now, complaining about the fact that I wanted to order from fucking Supermax. Anyway, back to the top secret things that I'm thinking about, but I can't talk about due to the nature of the secrecy laws, and the fact that Mr. Kenny told me that if I was to talk about it, I'd be in serious fucking trouble. And yeah. Now, member of the opposition just last week pointed out, and I think this was completely out of order. He pointed out that my head was very shiny, and I just like to say that's completely out of order.
I would like to say that your head is not the only one that's very shiny in this room. There's a lot of shiny baldies, we used to call them back in the day. There's a lot of baldies in here, and there's a lot of them down in O'Brien's. But the fact is that I'm sick to fucking death of standing here Now, all day long, I'm not going to wait for fucking Supermax to get a piece of chicken and some fucking French fries from Supermax. What I'm going to do is I'm going to head down to Punjab's place and I'm going to have a nice Indian meal for myself, and then I'll go to O'Brien's maybe at around 10:30, long after the fucking rugby is over, and I'll have a nice few pints of stout for myself. And I'd like to say that's all I'm saying. Now, there's a thing up in front of me here about the line fare increases for commuters between Leixlip and Dublin. Well, as you all know, I live in fucking Kildare, so whether the prices of the fare increases go up or down between Leixlip and Dublin, I don't give a shit. And look, there's 3 baldies there. Look at them laughing, smiling away. Huh? You won't be smiling now later on when someone whips off the rest of the... Oh, what is that kind of growth along the side of your head? Is it some kind of one of those moustache things that you get? You know. Time enough now. Let's all go. I've had enough. And fuck the fare increases, in all fairness.